So many things in our world change at a nice, steady pace. Think about it. Your monthly phone bill, a car on the highway using cruise control. Well, today, we're diving into the mathematical tool that was practically invented to describe this exact kind of change. It's so fundamental, it's basically the bedrock of everything from physics to economics.
Okay, so let's make this real. Picture this: the Shanghai maglev train. It's just flying along at a blistering but totally constant speed of 83 meters every single second. But, and this is important, when we start our clock, it's already 250 meters away from the station. It's got a head start.
So, here's the big question, right? How can we possibly build a model that can predict exactly where that train is going to be after, say, 5 seconds, or 10 seconds, or what about some weird number like 47.2 seconds? We need a tool that can handle both that constant speed and that initial head start.
And that perfect tool for the job? It's the linear function. Seriously, think of it like a specialized toolkit designed for exactly these kinds of problems. So let's go ahead and unbox it and see what's inside.
So at its very core, a linear function is just a relationship that has a constant rate of change. And the whole thing boils down to this incredibly elegant and powerful formula, f of x equals mx plus b. Trust me, every single piece of our train problem has a home in this equation.
Let's see how this works. We can translate our train problem directly into this formula, okay? See the m? Think of that as the engine. It's the rate of change. For us, that's the train speed, 83 meters per second. And the b? That's the starting line. It's that initial value, the train's 250-meter head start. So when we put our engine and our starting line together, we get a model for the train's distance. d of t equals 83t plus 250.
Now that m value, our engine, it's so important that it gets its own special name, the slope. So let's zoom in on that and really understand what it's telling us.
You've probably heard this phrase thrown around before, rise over run, but what does that actually mean? Well, all it's saying is for every step we take forward horizontally, that's the run. How many steps do we go up or down vertically? That's the rise. The slope is just a perfect measurement of a line's steepness and its direction.
All right, let's actually calculate one together. Imagine a town's population grew from 2008 to 2012. First step, we just grab our 2 points in time. Second, we figure out the rise, the change in the number of people, which is 4,400. Third, we find the run, the change in time, which is just 4 years. And finally, the last step, we divide that rise by the run.
And boom, 1,100. Now, this is what's so cool about the slope. That's not just a random number. It has real-world meaning. It's our rate of change. It tells us, clear as day, that the population was growing at a steady rate of 1,100 people every single year.
And you know what? The sign of the slope, whether it's positive or negative, tells you pretty much everything you need to know. If the slope m is positive, hey, our line is going up, the function is increasing. If m is negative, the line's going down, the function is decreasing. And what if m is 0? Well, then you have a perfectly flat, horizontal line. Nothing's changing at all.
Okay, so we get the theory. We understand all the components in our toolkit. Now for the fun part. Let's actually use it to tackle some other real-world problems. All right, let's leave the train station and jump into the world of business. Meet Ben. He's starting a company, and he really needs to get a handle on his costs. He's got 2 different kinds, a fixed cost every month and another cost that changes depending on how many items he makes.
This is a perfect job for our linear function. First up, we find our starting line, our b. That's got to be his fixed overhead of $1,250. He pays that even if he makes 0 items. Next, we find our engine, the m. That's the $3,750 it costs for each item. So we assemble our toolkit, c of x equals mx plus b, and we get our final model, c of x equals 3,750x plus 1,250. And just like that, we've built a function that can predict his total cost for any number of items. How cool is that?
Now, an equation is amazing, it's powerful, but sometimes seeing a picture, a graph, just makes everything click instantly. So let's turn these functions into blueprints we can read at a glance.
And here's the best part. You don't need to plot a million different points to do this. It's just 2 simple steps. First, plot the starting line. Our y-intercept b is 1, so we put a dot right there at 0, 1. Easy. Second, use the engine to move. Our slope m is 1 over 2. That means from our first dot, we rise 1 unit up and run 2 units to the right. Plot your second point there. Now, just connect the dots with a straight line, and you're done. You've just graphed the entire function. It's really that simple.
All right, ready for some advanced attachments for our toolkit? See, a line doesn't just exist all by itself. Its slope actually defines its relationship with every other line out there. Let's check out two really special relationships, parallel and perpendicular.
Parallel lines are super intuitive. They're like train tracks. They have the exact same steepness, and they will never, ever cross. And the rule for spotting them is incredibly simple. They have the exact same slope. You can see in this example, both lines have a slope, an m value, of 2. That's all it takes.
Now, perpendicular lines, they're a little different. They intersect to form a perfect 90-degree corner, a perfect right angle. The rule here sounds a little fancy, but it's not bad. Their slopes have to be negative reciprocals. All that means is you take the slope of one line, you flip the fraction upside down, and you flip the sign from positive to negative or vice versa. So here, our first slope is -2. Its negative reciprocal is positive 1/2. Because they have that special relationship, boom, they cross at exactly 90 degrees.
So here it is, the big, crucial takeaway. That one number, m, the slope, it's like a line's secret code. It doesn't just tell the line where to go, it defines its relationship with every other line in the universe. This is why these functions are so fundamental. In physics, this is velocity. In economics, this is marginal cost. In data science, this is the very first step to finding a trend. The entire relationship is packed into that one little number, m.
And with that, the linear function toolkit is now yours. So I'll leave you with this question. Just look at the world around you. The rate your phone battery is draining right now, the cost of buying bananas by the pound, a car driving down the freeway. You haven't just learned a formula today. You've learned the basic language for describing a changing world. So what other constant changes can you now model and predict?